you won't do is go.
No,
you won't go for him.
Yes, I will.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
You won't go for neither one of them.
I'm
Him
coming
or her.
for all of them.
Okay.
You know?
No, you're not gonna come for all of them.
Yes, I am. You know, he trying to. You know, we'll talk about it. We'll discuss it. What's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. This is funny. He's drinking something, and I'm the one normally drinking.
Because it's hot as hell in your house.
Yes, it is. It's just hot up on the third floor.
I just don't understand people who have central air and they never have it on. I've never understood. You know, people, remember back in the day when you got central air, everybody was just so boasting about how they have central air and, you know, they love, and, you know, oh, I don't have that thing in my window. We got the central air until they got that bill.
Today is the day where you don't need the central air.
No, you do need it.
It's not even hot on this roof. It's
but Kevin, your house.
It's really my room. Downstairs
because heat rises.
Yes.
And you're upstairs.
I need to get an air conditioner.
You do. You're making all this money and you don't have an air conditioner. He's making all this money. He's flying from country to country, city to city, state to state, party to party, and he don't have an air conditioner in his window.
Oh God, I'm gonna get an air conditioner when I come back from London. I'll get one when I come back from London. Shout out to everybody in the UK. Everybody keeps asking me when am I coming. I'm coming July 18th. I leave on the 17th. You know, I leave on the 17th so I can get there on the 18th. And I'm going to be there from the 18th to the 20th.
Is that Madison?
Yeah, trying to be smart. I'll be there from the 18th to the... I can't say it right. Twitter. I'll be there from the 18th to the 25th. 23rd.
So I'm sorry to cut you off, but is London's... Are they behind us or ahead of us?
They're 5 hours ahead of us.
So, okay. So when do you leave here?
I leave here Wednesday at 9 o'clock at night.
At night?
Yeah, from Newark. I leave from Newark, New Jersey.
So how are you going to get there? You going to catch the train or
I'm a plane. You can't catch no bus to London, Mikkel.
You so fucking stupid.
Oh, bitch. I'm about to say don't have a shared shopping mall.
Looks like you just had a Sherry Shepherd moment.
I'm like, bitch, you can't take no bus. No, I want to take the train to Newark.
Where were you leaving from? You said Newark.
Yeah,
how are you going to get there?
Take the train to Newark.
Okay.
Bitch, he thinking, can you take the bus to London? Fuck
you need to lay off or whatever. Yes. He really needs an air conditioner because the heat is making him talk stupid.
No, whatever. So anyway, yes, I'm going to be there. I'm going to have a good time. I think we're going to do the meet and greet on that Saturday now. I think we're going to do it on Saturday. I got to just talk to the people who I'm supposed to be hanging with and everything. Because, you know, everybody's trying to hang out with the Scorpion and stuff. You know, that's cool and everything. But I got to make sure ain't no crazy people. I ain't dealing with crazy people. But I'm really excited.
Why? You live in a house full of them.
Crazy people in London. Especially in the country and I'm there by myself.
So, my knees look ratchet. But my knees are a result.
Your knees.
But these knees are a result of my rough childhood growing up.
Yes.
Now I'm a lady.
That's all right.
But when I was a little boy, yeah. But this is what I was going to ask. It was about your trip to London, because I've never been overseas before. So, okay. So you're going to leave from Newark, New Jersey, and then are you flying like a layover somewhere and then London, or just straight there? Oh, wow. So nonstop. Mm-hmm. How many hours?
It's supposed to be 6 hours going there.
Only 6 hours?
6 hours.
From Jersey to London? Mm-hmm. 6 hours? That's from Jersey to California. Are you sure?
Yeah, like maybe 6-7 hours. Coming back is taking about 8 hours.
Because you're going to be stopping somewhere, right?
No, because it takes longer when you're going east instead of going west. When you're flying west,
No, you mean east.
When you're flying west, it takes bitch.
Listen.
East. Oh God, where's wrong with me today?
Hello. From Jersey to London, you're going across the Atlantic, so that's east. From Jersey to California is west.
Yeah. Where's wrong with me?
I don't know. Get it together.
Get
it the fuck together.
When you fly to the West Coast, it takes longer than it takes to come back. How about that?
Okay.
Look, yo, I swear I didn't take nothing. I didn't have nothing. Okay?
I didn't know that it only took about 6 or 7. I thought it at least took like 9 or 10 hours.
Oh no, that's like if you're leaving from California, like Los Angeles.
But wait a minute, what about Africa? Doesn't it take like 13 hours to get from here to Africa?
Yeah, probably longer than that, because you got to stop in London and then.
Yeah, because they don't go straight to Africa. I think only the president flies straight to Africa. Can you imagine being on a plane for 13 hours?
No. I want to go to Australia, but I don't know if I can do that long ass plane ride.
I don't know how celebrities do it.
They just
fly to different countries, and then, especially entertainer, when you got to fly for like 13 hours and then get off a plane and get just a couple hours of sleep, and then go on stage for 2 hours. You're jet lagged. How are you even remember the words of the song?
Look, I don't know how my body going to adjust to the time, because I'm gonna still be thinking about Philly time. But get your name. But I'm just really waiting to have a good time. And everybody keep talking about this damn Nando's place. They like Nando's is kind of like they acting like, right? Yes, but they acting like it's like name one of them ritzy restaurants. That's what they making it seem like. So I look at them, yeah, and I look at the menu. I'm like $12. Oh, okay. It's kind of like KFC, but everybody is like, bitch, you gotta go.
Yeah, well, maybe it's a big restaurant to them.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go and see what the fuss is about, because everybody keep talking about Nando's like they is falling out.
I've heard of it before. Wow, it's only 6 hours.
Yes.
And you know how I do. But you know how I am with California. Mm-hmm. I hate that flight. I hate flying to California. I think it's the worst flight in the world. Mm-hmm. I really do.
But when you, like, I know I'm gonna have a good time in London. The first time I went, I had a good time. We basically walked the whole time, and we went to a lot of places. We went on a catamaran cruise. We went to see Destiny's Child. We did a lot on that trip. So and we went to Harrods. It's a lot of stuff to do in London. So
was your trip expensive, or was it like a reasonable, like your plane, your hotel? You don't have to say how much.
I'm not going to throw my friends under the bus, but had they would have came, it would have
been cheaper.
Yes,
because then y'all would have been able to split.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the only problem when you go out when you want to go far away, because you got some friends who will say they're going to go, but then when it comes time to, not even just friends, family members too. When it comes time, then you go. My God, like I told Kevin, I wanted to go to Mexico for my 24th birthday coming up in December, and so what you fell out? What you fall off for? So, I want to go for my birthday this December, and I want to go to Mexico. And I'm like, I really want to go. And, Kevin's like, you should go with, your friends. And I would love to go with some of my friends. But then if I ask my friends to go and then they say they're going to go, but then when it comes time to start paying, I don't have the money right there. That's going to irk me. And then that may discourage me from wanting to go. But then I don't want to mess up my birthday plans because friends don't have money.
But I want you to start traveling and stuff. I think you would really like travel. Even if you go by yourself, you will enjoy it.
Well, yeah, I said I would go to Mexico by myself, and
but I don't want you to go to Mexico by yourself.
Well, nobody wants me to go to Mexico, period. But if something happens to me, then I'll write a letter telling you where my porno stash is.
Yeah, okay. Stay stateside first. Go to some places in the States.
I've been everywhere. All those vacation spots in the States, as far as beaches are concerned, that people love to go to, Miami and like California stuff. I've been there. All right. But so it's like I've been to Miami like 3 times. I'm tired of going to Miami.
All right, go to Myrtle Beach. You ever been to South Carolina?
Are you crazy?
See, don't do South Carolina like that.
Are you? Wait, no. What I'm saying is, are you crazy? My family, first of all, my family are big on bus trips. We used to go to South Carolina, Myrtle Beach every year.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you how throwback me and my family are with Myrtle Beach. I'm gonna tell you.
But why are you doing it? Another place you can go.
This is us at Myrtle Beach. 1996. Remember, for those of you who are familiar with Myrtle Beach, remember that place called Dixie Stampede, but I found out that they tore it down a few years ago? Well, this is us in front of the Dixie Stampede. We used to go every year. Every summer we would go. Yeah, it was half of my family in church. It was one big bus. Ooh. But see, that's what we used to do back in the day. We used to do that. People don't do that no more. We used to do that.
How about you visit Houston, Texas? I mean, it is the home of Beyonce.
It is, and I do want to go to Houston, Texas, but I don't want to go on my birthday. I mean, if she ain't gonna be there, why am I gonna go?
But see, what I was thinking for my birthday, because I'm in the same boat. But I think I want to have a party in New York City, and I want us to take like a party bus from here to New York, get tore up, and come back home and just have a good time.
That would be nice.
But see, for my 30th, I want to go to Vegas. Now I have to tell these motherfuckers. I told them in May. So just so they know, that's what I want to do for my 30th. So that's a year and a half in advance, because I don't want people to be like, oh, well, I don't have the money. Bitch, start saving the money now, so that way you'll have it. Like we all went to Inferno DR a couple years ago. And I told them a year in advance, everybody saved their money. We all had a nice time. But you gotta, you just can't. If you really want to do something with your friends, get them at least 3 months. So that way, if they have to spend it, or if they, you know what I'm trying to say. If they have it, they have it. If they not, then just go.
Well, I'll invite. That's where I want to go. How you gonna tell me not where to go on my birthday?
Not by yourself.
Well, I'm not gonna go to Mexico on my birthday by myself. No, I'm not gonna do that. I was just kidding when I said that. But no, I do want to go to Mexico because I've never been. And I really want to go to Cabo. I don't want to go to Cancun because everybody goes to Cancun. I want to go to Cabo San Lucas.
Then, bitch, you must be planning to get drunk. And that's something you normally don't do.
Well, I mean, it's my birthday. I want to turn up.
Girl,
I want to turn up to
I'm
get.
gonna stay away.
I want to turn up to get. I want to turn up to get turned
Turn
down.
up or
No, I want to turn up to get turned down.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna say nothing. Go and get your life, you know.
I want to come back a new me.
But you know, you ain't got to go all the way to Mexico to come back as a new you. You know.
That's true, but so and so's not answering the phone. I guess they tired of reinventing me.
Oh yeah, you know what I wanted to say? Because you know we got our topics, but I want to just say something. Do you find it hard to like, not say you're dating, but like if you start talking to somebody, do you find it hard for the other person to accept that you do YouTube videos or that you have an Instagram and your Twitter and you're very social in your networks, and somebody else might have a problem with it where they don't want to be a part of it, which is fine, you know, but you got other people saying, oh, well, this is what so-and-so was doing, this is what so-and-so was saying, and they coming to you with somebody else is telling you.
Okay, no. Okay, I can only go from personal experience with the last person I dated. We were following each other on Twitter, and they unfollowed me on Twitter. But they let me know that they unfollowed me on Twitter because they didn't feel comfortable seeing the tweets that people were tweeting me, like how they were being flirtatious and stuff like that. So they didn't want to see that, and they unfollowed me, which in the beginning I didn't understand it, and I was kind of over it. But then, I mean, I guess it is understandable because you don't want to see nobody fawning over somebody that you're dating, whatever the case may be. I've never had a problem with talking to somebody because I always hope and pray that I can meet somebody that knows nothing about the Scorpion Show. But I seem to always come across people who know about the Scorpion Show. And then what amazes me is that in the beginning, because you know me, I will never mention the Scorpion Show. And so I hate when I meet somebody and we're talking, and then like a week or two later, they'll mention the fact that they know who I am. And I'm like, because then that's like, well, damn, like you should have said something before that. Because now I'm trying to play this part like, oh, I don't do nothing. I don't know nobody, and this, that, and the third. And then they're like, yeah, I know who you are. And then that's when it gets a little awkward for me. If that did that answer your question?
I mean, I hear you, but you know, I'm kind of like,
because I mean, baby, we're moving on. Oh,
I know we are, but you know, I had got into a brief. It wasn't even like no big time argument. But you know, we had a nice little discussion, a drunk discussion in the club.
Oh my God.
But I'm like, but why? If you don't even watch what I do, why? How do you even know all of this stuff? And who is telling you this stuff?
Oh, because somebody's coming back. Oh, so is this somebody that you are talking to or dating?
Well, I ain't dating nobody.
Well, it's somebody that you.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, why are you having a drunk argument in the club with somebody that you're talking to?
Well, it's not like we're not talking. Let me just say that I'm not dating nobody. But what I'm saying is, the conversation came up, and it was kind of like, yeah, because I didn't bring it up.
Yeah, they brought it up.
Yeah, they brought it up. So it's like, okay, well, yeah, because you always said this and you always said this and you always telling your friends what's going on and such. But I'm like,
if you don't watch the show, how do you know that?
Yeah.
Well, because they have friends who watch it. But
their
I don't
friends
think
need
they
to
should
mind
bring
their
it up.
motherfucking business.
Well, it's not that they friends should mind their business because people.
Because I don't never say no names.
Well, listen, it's not that their friends should mind their business because if you put it out there, then it's out there for the world to see.
You're right.
But no, it's
ahead.
not the friends that are in the wrong. It's that person who said it to you that's in the wrong. Because sometimes you just got to leave well enough alone. Okay? Especially if you claim not to watch the show. Because if you claim not to watch the show, but yet you know all this stuff, then the discussion's going to come up, well, how do you even know this stuff, and why are you saying this stuff, and this, that, and the third. So you can't really get mad at the friends and say they need to mind their business because you're the one that's putting it out there for them to collect and take it back to them. I told you this a long time ago, certain things you should say.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But,
and that's why I don't say no names. But it's like, well, damn, I didn't even say no name.
But I think that's kind of tacky for him to bring it up, especially in a club and while you're drunk. If anything, you know, certain like for instance, this weekend, I made one of my friends, a little uncomfortable because I had brought up the fact that he and I, stopped hanging with each other. Well, I'm just gonna put it out there. I am. I'm gonna put it out there because I'm a realist, okay? And I'll tell you, I
ain't nobody
in front of everybody.
Somebody.
So he's my dear friend, and I love him. But I just felt as though, once he moved into his own apartment and got his own car, he kind of dissed me to the curb. After the fact that when I didn't have a car, but I was driving around in my dad's truck all the time, I would go and pick him up and stuff like that, and we would always hang. But then when he got his stuff, he was like, oh, well, fuck you, Mikhail. And I brought this up this weekend while we were at a little social gathering in front of everybody. Yes, I did.
Oh, why you bring it up in front of everybody?
Well, because we were all drunk.
You drunk?
Yeah, I was. I mean, I had a little bit to drink, but this is why I don't like to drink.
Yes, okay.
Okay? So I brought it up, and he was like, there's a time and a place. And he was absolutely right.
Yes.
And that I can admit, I was wrong for bringing that up at that moment. But I was in my feelings because I was like, Dad, the only time I see you is when I sometimes go out, and then, we always high, and we still talk and everything, but I'm just like, we used to hang together all the time. And then, you got your own shit, and then you just was like, oh, well, deuces.
I wonder who this is.
No, but that's still my girlfriend, and we love each other to death.
Yeah.
But,
Wait a minute. Oh,
well, I would never say a name because I'm not tacky like that. Mm-hmm. But they know who they are, and
I know you wouldn't say nobody's name.
No, I'm not going to even tell you no.
But see, but then I had a problem. But see, I'm gonna just say this, okay? Then I'm gonna just say one more thing. Then another. Oh no, I'm not gonna say it because
don't say it because you be talking too much.
No, it's just too fucking much.
But anyway,
if I don't say no names, then you shouldn't feel bad. Shit, that's how I feel. Because I don't talk bad about people on here that I know. But I enjoyed my 4th of July weekend. I had a good time. We had a little cookout out here. One of the girls out there was twerking. Sade was out here twerking. Okay?
Oh my God, I went to a cookout on the 4th of July and there was no grill.
Well, who had a barbecue with no grill?
Somebody up the street from here. Let me tell you something. This girl that I don't even know, okay? And I told her I was going to talk about her on this show. And she's like, what show? Don't worry about it. I'm just going to talk about you.
Yes.
Because I did tell her. I warned her. So Anitra invited me to this cookout. So mind you, my friend Anitra. So mind you, I'm thinking that it's like a grown-ups cookout. So then she's like, yeah, it's for her son. So I'm like, okay, so it's like a kiddie cookout. But still, nowadays, kiddie cookouts are grown people's cookouts. Well, I get to this cookout, which is around the corner from Kevin's house, and it's for a 4-year-old. And, it was cute. The kids running around and everything, and they had the food and everything set up. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm kind of hungry. So me and my friend, me and Anitra, we go over. It's not Anitra's cookout, it's her friend's cookout. So we go over to the food and stuff, and first of all, this is a big no-no in Mikhail's book. We go over to the food and stuff. First of all, everything that was on the table, or almost everything that was on the table, was not wrapped up. So you know what that means. Flies were everywhere. So I say to the young lady whose cookout it is, yes I do, where's the food where there's no flies on it?
No.
No. Because I need to let her know that this is not, why you got food? So Anitra starts laughing. She's like, don't say that. And I'm like, Anitra, there's flies all over this food and nothing's covered up. Like, so then she's like, oh, right here. So then she points to the pan that has the burgers and stuff, so which is covered. So I open the pan and I'm still a little iffy about taking a burger. So my friend Anitra's like, well, just take one from the bottom. So I take one from the bottom. I bite into it and I'm like, damn, this burger's kind of cold. Something in my brain started to click, 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 click. And I said, wait a minute. There's no grill out here. So then I started looking around at all this barbecue grilled food. I said, wait a minute, I don't even smell a grill. Come to find out, they had grilled the food somewhere else and then brought it there.
Oh, no.
What the cookout is this? And we were outside. And you mean tell me y'all couldn't transport that grill?
Well, I'm
this
glad
is
I
why.
didn't do that.
See, this is why. First of all, you should not invite somebody like me to anywhere like that. And I told her straight up, I am going to talk about you on my show. And I guess she didn't know who I was, so she thought I was joking.
Did you tell her?
No, Anitra didn't tell her. Anitra told me that I should do it, and I am going to do it, and I did do it.
Now, can you imagine if we had a barbecue with no grill?
But I can't imagine going to anybody's barbecue and not having a grill. Because you first of all, you don't think about it at first until you bite into a burger and it's cold, and then you're like, oh damn, well, I want to throw this on the grill. And then you start looking like, well, wait a minute, where is the grill? There's no grill. And then you start, I don't even smell a grill. Maybe it's hidden somewhere. They didn't even have a grill. They grilled the food somewhere else. I said, Jesus be offense all around me.
See, we had grilled food and we had baked food. We had potato salad. Oh, we had a lot of nice little stuff out here. I even brought out my little stereo. The stereo. We had the music playing, everything.
Oh, y'all had a cookout and y'all didn't invite me? But that's all right. But guess where I went on July 4th for the first time?
Downtown.
Yes. Never again.
Oh no, I went last year.
Parking was atrocious.
You can't park nowhere.
I tried to park. Listen, I tried to park because you know Beyonce lives around the corner from 30th Street. I tried to park in his back. It was blocked. They had the streets blocked off that I couldn't even get to his house. They kept, and mind you, I argued with one of the Drexel police officers because I lied and told them that Beyonce's house is my house. And I said, well, wait a minute, I'm a taxpayer and I can't even get to my own house. No, you can't do that. You can't do that. So mind you, I'm not even going to say the word because you know Glad's going to be upset with me. But this gay behind police officer that was behind the wheel of the car, it was two of them. So I was talking to the white officer and the black one was on his phone. So I was like, well, how about this? Since we right down the street from my house, can y'all just escort me down there? And the gay behind police officer in the driver's seat, no, we can't do that. We're supposed to be brothers.
Supposed to be.
This is why I don't support them anything.
Go ahead, Paul.
Because you know they try to act all high and mighty once they put that uniform on. Girl, you be down 13th Street with the rest of the girls.
Shout out, don't do that. Don't do that. Shout out.
I mean, no, I've never seen it before, but I'm just saying, she was a queen behind that wheel.
Oh, see, I know the ones that's not the queens. Shout out to y'all because I heard they watch us. So hey, I ain't gonna say no name.
Hey.
But I want to get an invite to this little next little gathering y'all having, and you know what I'm talking about.
So by the way, so let me get back to July thing.
Yeah.
So it just was okay. So I made up my mind that I'm not going to Made America, and the reason being is that when we finally got to the Parkway, so we walked all the way up to as close as we could to the art museum, which was not that close. Because when you get to the point where they don't let you go no more, there's a gate, a huge gate. And behind that gate is more people. But I guess those are the people who came early enough to be at the stage. And then the stage goes all the way back. So you really can't see the people. They have this big giant screen, and that's how you get to see them. And I said, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me that for Made in America, they want me to pay over $100 to see Beyonce, but to stand in different sections and be like far away from the stage like this? I don't think so. And then on top of that,
I don't know how they have it set up.
Well, I know for a fact that everybody ain't at that damn stage, and I'm not paying $100 and something not to be at the stage. That's out of the question. And then on top of that, that if you were to get close to that stage, you can't even leave. You got to stay there all day because if you leave, you're going to lose your spot. So if I gotta go to the bathroom, I'm just.
Ain't that how they do that thing in California?
I don't know. I don't live in California. How would I?
What's that fucking bitch? You know what I'm talking about?
That festival?
Yes.
It probably is.
Coachella and all that.
Yeah, but I mean, I just can't. First of all, I can't. I can't do that. I can't. So I said, you know what, Beyonce? I will see you on July 25th, but on August 31st. I can't see you on August 31st.
Hopefully a miracle happens where I can go see Beyonce on July 25th.
Because
I see some of them prices going down on StubHub. Because some of the people was like out of control with the prices.
Yeah, they were doing
but
it too
much.
But
I might just suck it up.
$200 for a $45 ticket? Are you kidding me?
Fuck no, I won't do that.
And my friend at the nurse call me and gonna say, do you think I should buy this? Fuck no. If you're gonna pay $200 for a $45 ticket, you might as well give me that $200.
You might as well be all the way down on the floor.
No, they were gonna be all the way up at the top.
Everybody got time.
Remember when Amber wanted
I don't play those games. I mean, I like Beyonce, but not no $200.
Not for no fucking $200 for no $45 ticket. I don't think so.
No. So,
but I got my ticket early.
Yeah, but I can't wait to talk to her about them StubHub prices.
But that's not. I found out that's not Beyonce's doing.
No, that's the.
That's the people who take the stuff.
All the people.
Yeah, but I guess they should have a thing where they shouldn't be allowed to do that.
Yes, it shouldn't be done at all.
It shouldn't be because that's highway robbery.
Yes.
Somebody's lying and cheating.
So let's finally in this video. I heard the Essence Music Festival went on this past weekend. I didn't really get a chance to watch nobody performance, but you know, next year I'm really going to try to get there because everybody that's black is there. Like,
mind you,
everybody that I seen that got a
Black
blue
is there.
star next to their name or
And
blue
African
check.
American is there. Because it's an all weekend thing. So everybody,
Yes.
they're not there all weekend. They're there one of them. And let me tell you something. I'm not trying to toot nobody's horn, but they all was there last night.
Yes.
They all was tweeting about Beyonce.
Yes.
And you see the pictures of Brandy standing on her seat cheering on Beyonce. I said, yes, Brandy, you better stand. Oh, you didn't see him?
Oh, she was in the VIP section?
No, she was in the audience with the regular audience. Like, it was so cute. And one of my friends was actually sitting near her, and he got a chance to snap the picture.
Yeah.
I said, Brandy, you better stand. And then she even went off about it on her Instagram. She had posted a picture of Beyonce. I said,
Go
yes.
on, Brandy.
I said, yes.
So how
bitch.
you standing up in your seat
Right.
rocking some? She said, "Fuck it."
She said, fuck that. I'm Brandy. And that's Beyonce. And I'm going to go off.
I really want to go. And the Hershey's coming back on. Beyonce's coming back on tour
Okay.
too.
Me going crazy for big.
Yes.
It's so good to be a fan. Yes, bitch. What did she posted that? Yes, you better go off on my
For
mother.
the TV screen. I know that's right. Shout out to Brandy. I haven't talked to Brandy. I need to get Brandy a call. We need to have a discussion. But shout out to SWV. They have a show coming on WeTV. I thought they was coming on TV One, but it looks like, they're coming on WeTV. And they're gonna, I guess they're gonna be trying to come back. I don't know what the show is gonna be about, but I just want to give a shout out to SWV because I will be watching that, and hopefully don't have all of that fake drama, not fake drama like R&B Divas, Atlanta, but I just want to see some good singing. I want to see the struggles that they're going through as a group. Are people buying their albums? Are they going on tour? What SWV just dropped a new album last year. They ain't even going on tour, I don't think. So I want to see what this show going to be about. The second thing I want to talk about is the racist and the homophobic comments that has just been popping up everywhere. It seems like lately everybody wants to be a racist these days. Everybody want to say something sideways about Asian people, about white people, black people, Jewish people. People just want to go off all into their racial feelings. You know what? Leave that shit at home when you're not when you're not in front of a camera. 2 girls from Big Brother got fired because of their racist comments. Like, they got fired from their jobs.
Wow.
And one is a model, and they was like, bitch,
You don't play that.
No.
You're not going to represent us.
And she was talking like ching chang chong and squinting her eyes and
On the show.
yes, Big Brother. But you like, who does that?
You know what? The only episode of Big Brother I ever watched, I think it was Big Brother Africa. But I saw this clip. It wasn't even the whole episode. It was a clip on World Star Hip Hop when the guy and the girl was arguing. The girl threw all that bleach on that guy, and the guy in his eye, oh, he went off. The
Bitch,
bleach
I
guy,
would've went off.
mind you, I felt bad for him because when she threw that bleach got in his eye, and he was like,
Was he blind?
he was going crazy in that role because he couldn't see.
Oh, I would.
Oh,
Word.
once I got my sight back.
Ooh.
Once I got my sight back, guess who would have lost theirs?
Woo. Baby. Why was she throwing ice? I mean,
They were arguing. They were arguing, and they were like,
no argument that
arguing.
tragic when you gotta throw bleach on some
She
fucking
threw
body.
bleach at him. Yes, she did.
You
Yes,
ever
she
just
did.
pour bleach on clothes and just see how fast it burns?
But
up
you know what it
and loses
was?
color?
That's what she was. She was trying to throw it at him, like on his clothes or something, but it got in his face. And I mean, I felt so bad for him.
I gotta
kicked her
find
out.
that on YouTube.
They kicked her out. They kicked her out that house. They got her right on out. You don't throw bleach at nobody.
No.
You don't do that.
At all. For what?
Don't do that.
I don't care how
You
wrong
bleach at
somebody
me?
did. You don't throw bleach. You don't harm nobody with no motherfucking chemicals. Bitch.
Bleach. She threw bleach. It's bleach.
Bleach. And wait.
And don't let it be Clorox.
And then,
Or the Dollar Store brand.
that's the only bleach I
Because you
know.
know the Dollar Store
Clorox.
brand is worse.
Oh, no.
Oh, the Dollar Store brand just got bleach going across. They don't have Clorox. It says bleach. And when it says bleach going across, that's when you know it's bleach. Because it stinks like bleach.
I ain't got time.
I ain't got time for that either.
And what's this? This tirade that went on and quit Twitter. What's his name? One of the bald ones. What's the bald
Alec?
one? Alec
Steven?
Baldwin. Alec
The
Baldwin.
main Baldwin,
Yes, he went off
he's always going on.
on somebody on Twitter because they said his wife was on tweeting shopping pictures at the funeral of James Gandolfini, who passed away, which wasn't true. And he just went on and on and on, telling people to curse him out, and then he called them a queen. So people was mad and saying why Glad didn't come for him and everything. He tweeting all these homophobic comments. Calling somebody a queen is not homophobic. I don't care if you gay or straight, if you call somebody a fucking queen. Like, people be trying to find things to be sensitive about for no reason. Another thing that happened, let me tell y'all something. If you go to a gay pride parade, do not beat up on the people that have the guy hates fags and all them protesters out there. I never understood why straight people want to protest with gay people. I still don't understand that. But if they want to stand out there in the hot ass sun preaching about God, let them stand there and do that. Do not go over to them, beat them up, whip their ass. I mean, this Seattle Pride, they beat this man up. They ripped his signs up. I was wondering where the cops was at, because normally when you got protesters out there, the cops
are not too far.
Yeah, no, they actually like right there, letting you spit all of that filth. But don't beat nobody up. If you proud, be gay and proud. Keep it moving and have fun on the parade. But don't be going around beating up people because they don't agree with you being gay. Like, don't do that. Don't do that at all. I didn't like that. I didn't like that video. And the guy got arrested. This big fat white man. He was kicking his ass. He got locked up. The other girl ain't get locked up from the video that I seen. Kris Jenner supposed to be showing Kim Kardashian baby on her new show. She's having, like, how they do the test run shows, like Tamar and them show having right now next week. Kris Jenner is getting her test run too next Monday.
What show?
It's called The Kris Jenner Show. So if it does well, she'll get picked up and it'll come on next year.
What is it going to be about? Like a reality show?
It's just going to be like a talk show.
Oh, a talk show.
Yeah, she's getting a talk show. Look at you.
First of all, I love Kris Jenner down. She's fab. Kris Jenner is fab.
Yeah.
She's ultra fab. Like, she's one of the fabbest, if not the fabbest celebrity moms out there. But Kris, I love to see you with your daughters. I don't want to see you by yourself. Sorry. I'm not here for it.
Yeah, so she's getting her own show, but this is a kicker. And I feel like my lips is ashy.
Oh, they are.
And you putting that on because my lips.
Your lips is horrible.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
They are.
Don't do that.
I don't even know how you came out the house like that.
Fuck you, I'm on the roof. So, wait.
You're still outside.
So yeah, she was on a Today Show this morning. Actually, she woke me up out my sleep this morning.
Why? Because you heard it?
Because I heard her voice, and her and Matt Lauer was having a nice little conversation. And he was like, are you going to debut Northwest on the show? And she's like, I don't know if I'm going to. She didn't rule it out. But if you do that for ratings, that's fucking tacky. Don't show Kim Kardashian's baby and Kanye West's baby to boost your ratings. Boost your own ratings on your personality, on the guests that you bring on the show, but don't use your granddaughter for ratings. Like, I don't like that kind of shit.
If she does do it, I think she'll do it. If she does do it, I don't think she's going to do it before they do. They'll probably show their own daughter's pictures before she does it. So then this way, then she can show her granddaughter's pictures. Because I doubt if they will allow her to show the pictures before they
especially
even show
with Miss Kanye West.
You know what I mean?
Like,
I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen at all.
But she was like really hinting like, bitch, if I gotta do this to get motherfuckers to watch my show, that's what I'm gonna do. But Kris Jenner, I think that's real tacky to do.
But what is she gonna talk about?
Everybody got an opinion these days.
Everybody does have an opinion.
I'm not gonna be waking up. Yes, I gotta watch Kris
Everybody
Jenner.
has a show too.
Yeah, okay.
I tried. I know I did.
You know Queen Latifah.
No, you don't. And then Queen Latifah got the nerve to have another.
She's coming back with another show. Don't say that.
She thinks she's Ricky Lake.
I really would love to see her on American Idol.
Queen Latifah's her first talk show was horrible.
Oh, I used to like the Queen show.
I didn't.
I remember I used to come home from school and it would be
because I think her show came right around the time when Mother Love was going off.
Oh my God, I miss Mother Love.
And I've loved Forgive and Forget. Like, that was the show. Oh my God, when they used to go to that door and nobody was standing there, and then they'd turn around and walk back to their seat.
That's the walk of shame.
What?
They'd be like, go to the door. Go to the door.
Then you felt bad for the ones when there was nobody standing and they broke down and started crying. And then they couldn't walk back. They was just...
I think I really felt bad when it was like mother and daughter or real close family members and they don't be at the door.
Yeah.
Sure. But they need to bring that show back.
Yeah, they do.
They need that. Now that is a good show. You want to talk about catfish? No, bitch. Did y'all hear that? Because we couldn't hear that now. We mad. And whoever yelling and we can't hear them. Wait. I'm going to call him. Who are you yelling at? But,
Who was that just texted you?
oh no, Twitter. I follow a couple people on Twitter and they updates come to my phone for when they tweet. Shit, I lost my thought of mine. So I'm off for her. But did you see Catfish on Tuesday?
I haven't seen Catfish in I haven't even seen the beginning of this season. I keep missing it.
It's Mikkel.
I know.
Did you? What's today? Monday. No. Bitch, it was this gay guy named... I forgot. His name was Anthony on the show.
But wait a minute. Don't they have episodes? No, I don't. You're going to ask me, do I know? I haven't even seen it. You're going to ask me, do I know? I don't even seen the show. He's like, you tried it.
No.
Because I know everybody.
From Mel got Anthony together. Found this fine ass man. He's a promoter. They found, first of all, Catfish is fake. But, okay, it's fake. It's fake.
No, it's not.
So
it got to be fake.
Yeah.
But you know what? Then again,
but
it's
some lonely ass people out there.
It's
It goes to show you, no matter how cute you are, sometimes you're just lonely and will fall for
Let me tell you
anything.
something. See, sometimes you think Catfish is fake, but then you come across those people in real life who actually do stuff like that, and you just be like, I can't believe, and you still do that after they have a show like this? But some people are stupid. You'd be surprised.
And you going from Elko telling me, we was gonna meet up, but I got in a car accident and I broke my arm and my leg.
What? He broke his arm and his leg.
Yeah.
He called him and told him
He told
that?
he was in a bad accident and that happened. And the boy lived in Texas, I believe, no, in Louisiana, and the other guy lived in Mississippi somewhere. They come to find out, they find him, they search him by his screen name. They search him, find the screen name. I pulled him up too, found him right on YouTube. Okay.
He was a YouTuber.
A big black guy with a tooth. You know how you have a crooked tooth in the middle?
Mm-hmm.
This bitch had a missing tooth all the way over here. Big, black, ugly. Oh my God.
But he was pretending to be the sexy guy.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I mean, you mean to tell me you couldn't hear it through the phone, that his voice didn't even match the picture? But anyway,
Right.
so he goes over to the guy's house. He started breaking down, crying. He was crying.
Who was doing the crying?
Anthony.
Because he found out that it was
fake.
The YouTube.
And mind you, this boy cut his whole. He said he cut his whole family off because he had went into war and he had got injured and stuff. You know, sometimes people do that. And but then then I really found out, because what I really was getting to is that he do porn.
Which one? The black guy?
No, not the black one.
Oh.
Bitch, the phone.
How do you know he do porn?
This pictures is everywhere.
Wait,
In
the one
video.
who got Catfish is in porn?
Yes. That's why I think it's fake.
That's
I
why.
think it's
No,
the
bitch,
girls
you tried it. That's why you asked me if I do it. Yeah, that's why. Oh, I know that's why you asked me.
But it was good. I'm not gonna tell you the whole episode.
Yeah, don't tell me the whole episode,
But I want y'all to
'cause I wanna
watch it. I want y'all to watch it, and I want y'all to tell me if
I
y'all
wonder if
feel
it's
sorry
on
for
demand.
Femel. It might be on MTV On Demand. It should be. Because I ain't feel sorry for Femel. Bitch, stop fraud and be yourselves. I don't care how ugly you are. Be yourself. Don't try to be somebody else and pretend that you're somebody else, because you're not keeping it real. And if you need to talk to somebody, it's always good to talk to anybody, but don't play dummy to them. Don't be Ray Charles to the bullshit.
Right.
If you know red flags is coming up and popping up everywhere, say something. Call them out on it, bitch. If they're not willing to Skype or FaceTime with you or can't get a camera in a week, that means you don't need to talk to them, bitch. Anybody could go to Radio Shack and get a webcam for $20 fucking. And everybody now, mostly everybody has a phone
That has a camera.
On
That you can Tango or FaceTime.
Yes.
And I always tell people, if you can't FaceTime Tango, Tango's free.
Yeah. And if you can't Tango, go to Skype on the computer.
Right.
If you can't Skype, go to Uber on the computer.
And if you can't do none of the above, then we can't talk.
Okay. And bitch, even my Connect has a fucking microphone. I mean,
Connect 4?
no, bitch, you tried it.
Oh. I'm about to say, wait.
I'm like, wait a minute, what's Connect for?
You got The upgrade shit you got.
My Connect even has
I
Skype.
wonder why
on
you
it.
ain't got no air conditioning, because you got
Yeah.
shit that got Skype all over it.
Okay.
Shit shouldn't even have Skype on it. No, you know air conditioning. Yes, you
By the
did.
time I get an air conditioner, it's gonna be fucking spring. I mean,
That's fine,
fall.
then we can prepare for next summer. Because we'll be here next summer.
Bitch, I ain't gonna be on nobody's roof next summer.
I know
You
you're
know,
not,
I
'cause we're gonna be in that
got
room.
some things to say. We gonna be somewhere else. We need to be.
Look, we need to keep talking about this video because I want to
Yes.
get into that Jay-Z part.
Oh yeah, we gonna get there. Oh, we wanna get there.
Well, let's talk about 50 Cent.
Wait, yeah, because I don't have that on my notes. So go ahead.
Yeah, so 50 Cent, Curtis Jackson Brown. If that's his real name. 'Cause
That's-
no, that's
no,
not his real
Curtis
name.
Jackson.
I think it's just Curtis Jackson. I don't know where I got the Brown from. Maybe I was thinking of Bobby. Curtis Jackson, yeah, aka 50 Cent. AKA I was on Oprah not too long ago pretending that I was this smooth, debonair type of guy and like lovey-dovey type of guy with my grandma and all this type of stuff. But then come to find out you just as damn diggity dog as the rest of them. So Curtis Jackson recently got into this big argument with one of his baby moms. Come to find out, he goes, now Radar Online allegedly obtained this text message conversation that 50 Cent had with his son, the son that we always used to see him with in the music videos and things like that. 50 Cent got into this text message war, which the YBF.com actually has the whole message on their
They have the
website.
actual message.
Well, the message that Radar.com or Line
Yeah, because I
posted.
seen everybody posting with what allegedly what he said, but nobody has the actual text copy.
Oh, well, yeah. But, I mean, that's why I said allegedly. So, apparently 50 Cent got into it with his son because he went to go pick his son up and his son didn't answer the door. And he said, well, how y'all not answering the door? As soon as I come knock on the door, all the lights in the house go off. I've seen that happen before. Yeah, I have. I've even done it a few times. I've come and knocked on. I came and knocked on the door. Nobody answered the door, and then he says to his son, "And I seen you looking out the window." And then the son replied back, "Ha ha ha! You see me looking out the window when I was in the basement the whole time." This, that, and the third. And then they just go back and forth. Then apparently he tells his son, "You're not my son no more. Your mother was a hoe. She hold around with all these niggas and all this other stuff." So I hope and pray that that's not the real messages, because if that is, then 50 Cent, you are so low for that. Like, how do you tell your son that?
He put on Twitter that
He put that on Twitter that
he
they
put
are.
on Twitter that it's real, but he said that was his wife texting him the ex-wife texting him from the phone. It wasn't really his son.
So, but why would he? But he was talking to. He was replying in the text messages as if he was talking to his
because the
son.
wife was on the phone.
Was on the
ex-wife
son's phone.
On the son's phone, texting him, and he was texting her back, saying all of that stuff on purpose. But he said everything he texted on there was true. But he's like, I got love for my son.
But wait. Okay, this don't make sense. So apparently, he knew that it wasn't his son.
Yes.
He knew that it was his ex-wife.
Yes.
But he still texts, I'm disowning you, and your mom's a hoe, and she holds around. And why would he do that? Why would you do that?
He said that was his mother texting me as him. She sold that to a website. She hate me for winning. What did she win? Or what did he win?
No, she hates him for winning, I guess.
And it's hard to replace me.
I guess like winning in life.
Yeah, I guess.
But it doesn't. Why would you do that? Like, why would you do that? Like, why would you? It doesn't. It's a stupid story.
Look, 50 Cent allegedly kicked his girlfriend and got child. 50 Cent. First of all, you just went on Oprah show. I'm like, what the hell is going on? You was on Oprah show. Like, I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't be. You should be trying to stay out of trouble. That's what I'm trying to get
Why?
to.
Wait a minute. What is up with all these flies?
I don't know where the fuck.
And then they're
come
hovering over you. What's going on?
from. Don't do that.
They are. Don't you see them? That's what I'm trying
They're
to
not
figure out.
just hovering on me.
You don't see them hovering over here. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Well, what's over there that you got?
Nothing. You trying it? Don't do it, sis.
I'm just saying. I just took a shower.
And I did too, a long time ago when I woke up.
When'd you wake up?
At 8:30 from Push to wake up my ass up.
Yeah.
Tried it.
So you probably
Then I had to watch the Trayvon trial. George Zimmerman trial too.
I heard that George Zimmerman's friend.
Everybody is a friend.
Everybody's a friend.
Books,
Everybody's a friend. Everybody's a friend.
and writing
Everybody's
books,
writing books.
donating money to the cause.
Everybody knows what happened.
Yeah, so
Apparently, all of George Zimmerman's friends was there the night he shot Trayvon Martin.
All of them started crying. Of course, you're on the defense. You're going to say it's George Zimmerman's voice. That's your friend. You done spent all this money. You donated to his website. You done bought this man suits and ties and all kinds of shit.
That he lied and said that people wasn't sending him stuff.
Yeah, and see, they didn't even bring up the fact that he lied.
Remember he lied about that?
Yeah, about how much money he actually got. One of the guys like, yeah, we actually put our money, we saved the money for him. We put it into our savings, and this is for him when he get off or when he get out of his situation or something.
She said that on the stand.
She said that on the fucking stand. Yes. And then I think it was a turning point this afternoon. Turning point where one of the officers said that Tracy Martin, who's Trayvon Martin's father, said when he heard the tape for the first time, he was saying that wasn't his son. So they was going back and forth, and then Tracy Martin finally got to take the witness stand today, and I missed his testimony, so I really can't talk too much about it, but he was on the stand today. But everybody that I seen before were all either friends of George Zimmerman, and one was a trainer. Now, what I didn't understand with the trainer is, bitch, if George Zimmerman, first of all, he called George Zimmerman soft. He said he didn't know how to throw a punch. He was too big, he was too fat. He was trying to say all of this, but
George Zimmerman wasn't big when this happened. Yes, he was small.
They put him on a plan to lose the weight and everything, but he was still saying, they was like, so from a 1 to 10, how good was George Zimmerman at fighting? The guy gonna say 0.5. Not even a 1. Like, I'm like, y'all lying too much. And bitch, if somebody is coming to you for training, you mean to tell me he still can't punch and fight? That's bullshit.
But then you're lying because George Zimmerman was small when this all happened. I mean, we've seen the videotape. First of all, when you show George Zimmerman the day after what happened to Trayvon Martin, how small he was compared to how he looks now, like the Goodyear blimp sitting in that courtroom, it looks like two totally different people.
Yes.
He don't got no hair in his face now. He had the hair on his face. He was smaller. Like, come on. Now they're trying to say, oh, he couldn't fight, and what weight was they helping him lose when he didn't have any weight on him?
I don't understand that. And then there's like,
now they just lying.
MMA training 3 times a week. So all this time he's been going there,
and you
don't learn.
And he still don't know how to fight.
Why are you still playing?
So then, what does that say about you as the trainer?
Okay,
you got to teach him how to kick somebody's ass.
So the defense, so the state gonna say, so what is your slogan? He is like, learn how to not get hit.
Learn how to not. Oh yeah, so y'all just pull out guns. Yeah. We don't hit. We don't fight back. We shoot. That's basically what he's saying.
Child, this trial is.
I believe him. Learn how to not get hit. He probably was the one who told George Zimmerman he should walk around with a gun.
Oh, he should. You know, one of the guys that wrote the book is his friend, and he said he wrote the book off the one-time account of George Zimmerman telling him what happened. So who knows if it's fucking true or not?
Wait a minute. He wrote off a book of what George Zimmerman told him. And then
because George Zimmerman went hiding, so he wasn't able to talk to him again. So he wrote that book based on what George Zimmerman told him that night.
And that was it.
Yes, and we didn't find out what they did with the money till the day. And his mother Trayvon Martin's mother took the stand on Friday. I really think the defense should have ended with her. Like, we don't need to know all the specifics about the bullet, bitch. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. Do the jury think that he's guilty for killing Trayvon Martin? Why did he keep following him? He was told not to keep following him. What do you think he was doing when he was sounded out of breath? What do you think his intentions were when he said, tell the cops to find me, call me when they get here? Like,
I guarantee you, probably 30, 40 years from now, people are going to look back at this trial and say, I can't believe this actually went on. Was this real? Because the stuff that's happening that's being said is out of this world. Like, it don't even make sense that people would even say the stuff that they're saying on this trial.
But he got a real good defense team. I will give George Zimmerman that.
Of course he
does. They are very good at
all that money he made. He better have the, okay?
All them races in there.
Okay, all those.
Let me stop. So let's get into Jay-Z's tweeting today. Now, Jay-Z normally has maybe around 50 tweets out his whole Twitter history. Now, I just found it weird today that Jay-Z started randomly tweeting people. He was tweeting people who was talking about his album. Then he was tweeting people that was just randomly asking them shit like, oh, I can't go to work today because Jay-Z got to tweet me to go to work. You know, oh, you got to go to work. He's just tweeting random people. Now, I just find it so weird, and Jay-Z about to defend Beyonce's husband, but I just find it so weird that a day before the album come out, Jay-Z is tweeting up a storm on Twitter. Now, I think he's doing this to promote his album.
Of course he is.
And I think that's a bad thing. Not bad to promote your album, but don't only come to Twitter when you dropping an album. Like, tweet on Twitter because you want to tweet on Twitter.
But
what?
But, and I said this, but if history reminds you, before Lady Rihanna started tweeting her fans, she never tweeted on her Twitter. And the only time she did tweet on her Twitter was when a promotional person talked about something of hers that was coming out.
Yes.
And it was only when one of her past albums started to come out when she started to tweet, and then she stuck around and kept tweeting. There's a lot of people who tweet when they have albums or when they have stuff coming out that don't normally tweet. I don't think Jay-Z's doing anything out of the norm. Like I said, Rihanna never tweeted before she started tweeting now. It was only after she had something coming out.
I'm going to defend Rihanna.
But I'm not saying anything bad about Rihanna. It's just that
it's
Rihanna...
not her fault. At that time...
What do you mean it's not? But
at that time, Def Jam took over, was in control of Rihanna's Twitter.
Okay.
And I think like maybe since 3 years ago, Rihanna has had her Twitter.
But I'm sure Rihanna could have had control over her Twitter. I mean, she's Rihanna.
Yeah, but maybe they didn't want Rihanna tweeting. Because, you know, a lot of celebrities were skeptical about Twitter.
But I mean, it's nothing wrong. Because Jay-Z actually has been on Twitter for a very
he's
long
been on
time.
Twitter.
And since he's been on
But
Twitter,
he's
I think he's...
Twitter tweeting to promote an album.
But Kevin, since Jay-Z's been on Twitter, he's been on Twitter for a very long time. I think since he's been on Twitter, I think he's had at least one other album come out since he's been on Twitter, and he didn't tweet to promote that, and it still went to #1. I don't think Jay-Z needs to tweet anybody for his album to do well, because it's going to do well. It's doing well now, and it hasn't even officially come out yet. It's doing very well, but because of who
now it's sold 1 million copies thanks to Samsung.
Yeah, because
but they don't count.
Yeah, but they don't count. But that just goes to show you that it's going to do even well when it does come out, because it's Jay-Z.
Because you know, a lot of people, once people get an album for free, most of them, even if they claim they're staying, they don't go out and buy the albums.
No, they don't, because once they already have it for free, you're right, they don't. But there's a lot of people who don't have it for free.
And it's 1 million people that don't have to buy it for free because they got a chance to download it, and Samsung paid for it, so you got a free album. I'm not mad about that. And Jay-Z, I really got to give it to you, because, bitch, you don't have an album out. I mean, you don't have a video.
No.
You don't have
nothing.
A
All he has is
single.
those commercials. And let me just cut you off. I saw one commercial last night on my phone. I had went to somebody's video, and you know how the ads play at the beginning of somebody's video. I had never seen this particular commercial before, where he's like with the people. He was talking about. It was really touching. I got a little teary-eyed. He was talking about how his dad wasn't there in his life, and he was saying that he didn't know how to be a father, and he didn't know how to be a husband because there was nobody there.
Ooh.
And he was like, now I got a daughter, and all that stuff that my father was supposed to be there to teach me, I had to learn that all. And I just was like, wow, like,
you know what? We're gonna come back to that, what you just said.
No, let's say it now.
No, because I mean, I'm just happy for Jay-Z, like that he's doing all this with no new album out. But I do think that he should, if you could tweet your fans like this, because I mean, you could tweet from a plane. You're Jay-Z. I mean, you and your wife decides not to tweet. All right, that's your business. But don't. I don't think it's fair that you're only tweeting to promote an album.
Well, I mean, come on.
Just so you can get people all giddy.
I think that you're being a tad bit petty, because I think you are, because there's a lot of people who don't tweet at all unless they have something coming out, and then that's their way of promotion. That's how they promote. Everybody does things differently to promote their product.
I don't need to know.
If you want to tweet me, hi, Mikkel, how you doing, to promote your album, then go ahead and do it. I don't have a problem with that.
I don't need to know if Jay-Z is peeing or I had good sex with Beyonce.
I didn't say you needed to know that.
I'm just saying that, but I'm just saying tweet. It's your Twitter. Tweet.
Yeah, but everybody don't like to tweet. Everybody don't like to tweet.
I tweet, you know, hey, you know what I'm saying. Wendy Williams tweet on a regular. Wendy Williams tweet about who she got coming on. Like she uses Twitter, but she ain't too personal.
But you know what?
But
let me just say this. I don't, on my Twitter, I don't talk about the Scorpion Show unless we upload a video. Then I'm uploading the video to promote that video. Other than
Basically,
that, I'm not talking about the Scorpion Show. Why? Because that's my choice. Jay-Z has a choice. He's not talking about anything like you said, Jay-Z has been on Twitter for a long time, but he has before today, he had about only like 50 tweets. That's his choice. If he wants to tweet to promote his album, I don't see anything wrong with that. Celebrities do that all the time. You and I just admit it. We don't tweet about the Scorpion Show unless we're promoting our videos. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And even sometimes I will say on my video on Twitter every once in a while, I'll follow the next 10 people who are or you do it too.
I sure do.
That's promotion. That's promotion. So it's nothing wrong with that.
But shout out to you for defending the Carters. That must be something you a nice job.
It's not defending the Carters. It's just that if it's good for the goose, why can't it be good for the gander? Like I said, Rihanna didn't tweet at all until she came out with one of her albums.
It's not about Rihanna, because Rihanna.
Let's talk about the Scorpion Show. I don't never talk about the Scorpion Show, but I don't.
And I barely talk about it too.
But you and I do the same thing. But see, you and I do the same thing. We will tell people on Twitter we won't follow them unless they RT something, right? That's promotion. We're promoting our product. And so Jay-Z is tweeting people who is talking about his product. Okay, and what's the matter with that? What's the matter? Because you know why? Because let me tell you something. If Jay-Z had that Kelly Rowland syndrome and didn't tweet about his product and it went bad, then what would people be saying?
Kelly tweets about her album.
No, listen to what I'm saying.
Kelly Rowland syndrome, don't come from.
No, but what I'm saying is, if he didn't tweet about it, listen to what I'm saying. If he didn't tweet about it and it didn't go, because you even said it one day in one of our, like 2 videos ago, you said that you were kind of upset because the promotion for Kelly still is not there where it should be. Now, if Jay-Z took it upon himself to be tied up with his wife's tour instead of with Magna Carta Holy Grail, then the people would be coming out and saying, well, Jay-Z, the reason why your album didn't do so well because you weren't promoting it good enough. So now that he is promoting it, I don't see what's the problem.
I mean, what is it, Jay-Z? I want to see a music video. I don't want to see you in no damn studio talking about your album.
Let me tell you something. One thing about Jay-Z, and I was just about to say this earlier today too. I can't wait until Jay-Z goes.
You know I'm going to the show.
On the concert, yeah, because you know his concerts is just like his wife. They sell out with like.
They coming to.
You are going to that? Yeah.
Park. I couldn't get Beyonce, but I had to get to.
He puts on a great. Couldn't
get Beyonce tickets, but I damn sure got them Jay-Z and Justin Timberlake tickets.
And I mean, he puts on a great show, and he's an all black man. Like on all shows, he's usually wearing all black.
Now, what I wanted to talk about was about not knowing how to be a father and stuff. Being a parent does not come with instructions. I was, we were watching Iyanla, Oprah, Dr. Steve Perry. I don't know if you watched it. I watched Fatherless Sons last night, and they had an hour and a half documentary. It was kind of like the follow-up to the first one. And they were giving their opinions on everything. I think you don't need instructions to be a mother. You don't need instructions to be a father. To me, parenting is all about nurturing, being there for your child, encouraging your child, being there for them, uplifting them and everything, giving them that love, tell them I love you and all of that. What they ask when they need to be whooped. You don't need the instructions for that. But these new parents today, they are the worst. They are the absolute worst because you can't tell them nothing. They don't want to hear shit. They let their kids do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Because I totally disagree with you.
Okay.
And the reason why I disagree with you is because what you're saying about new parents, because new parents don't have instructions.
But listen.
Okay, go ahead.
But listen. Just because you might not have a father, you do have a mother. Mm-hmm. And if you have that mother there, you can mold after.
Yeah, but
listen. You can mold after, or you could do your own rules, or you could do things your way. But I don't really think that you need no instructions. If you see an animal have a child, that's an animal's instinct. Okay, I just had these kittens, or I just had these dogs, or whatever. They know that they gotta feed the baby and nurture it and teach it how to do everything.
Yeah, but animals are just like humans. Animals do what they are taught and passed what they are taught from their mothers.
It's all a cycle.
It's a cycle. So when people, I agree with a lot of people when they say that when a mother can't be a father, just like a father can't be a mother. And I agree that yes, a child should have a father in his life or her life, and yes, a child should have a mother in his or her life. You need those two parents because there's something that a father can teach a child that a mother can't, and there's something that a mother can teach a child that a father can. You need both of those parents in your life. I think when you said about the new generation of kids, I agree with you. But the reason why they are the way they are is because they don't have the instructions. See, you and I, if you ever pay attention, you and I on this show, we always flash back and we always hark back of how it was that our parents raised us and what our parents taught us. And the reason why we always flash back on that is because our parents through our childhood gave us instructions. Our parents did things a certain way and we followed what our parents did. So now that you and I are adults, we look back at certain things, and years ago you may have seen your mom do something and you probably would have never thought that 10, 15 years later this is North Philly. 10 or 15 years later, you never would have thought that you would be doing what you saw your mom do. It's those basic instructions that you do need. I don't agree with you when you say that people don't need instructions. It's off of instincts. No, because you do need that. You need that.
Yeah, that's your opinion. But I think that
because let me tell you something. Had your mom not raised you the way she raised you, you wouldn't have that foundation and you wouldn't have that mindset that you have. You have it and you know right from wrong, not because of instincts, but because of what you were taught coming up. Because had you not been taught that by your mom, your ass would be buck wild and you wouldn't know which way was left or which way was right because you would think that my way is the right way and that's it.
I wouldn't be having, first of all, I wouldn't be having no children. If you are, even if it's just a single parent, you do have to have a structure. You have to have a structure with your child. But just because one parent is not there, like, I don't know what it's like to be a father, but I don't need no fucking instruction to tell me how to be a father. From my experience, everything that I didn't have or what, the way I grew up, how I felt, I wouldn't want to feel that. So I'm going to go off me feeling like that with my child. I'm going to take my child this place. I'm going to go to this place. I'm going to tell my child I love him. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. I'm going to be there. But I'm going to be there. I'm not saying I don't feel no sympathy for men that say, well, I don't know what it's like to be a father. But, a lot of these motherfuckers like to go off and run. They like to run away from the issues because they're not ready to deal with them. If you're not ready to deal with them, don't do the things that will put you in that motherfucking situation. And if you want to be in that situation, use protection. Like if you want to have sex and you don't want the children that come along with having sex, put a condom on your dick. It's not so hard. And it's also, and I don't want to keep rambling, but, I'm just so glad that Iyanla also talked about how it's the women's responsibility too. If you already see this motherfucker ain't gonna be shit, and he treating his other kids like shit, why the fuck would you lay down with him and have a baby with him?
Very true.
I've also been tweeting this, I get cursed out. Because the female is like, well, you always trying to come at us and such. I'm just so glad that another woman actually said it because it's so true. Like I say, women got the power. Y'all the one to have all the motherfucking power. Yeah. Y'all decide if y'all want to have the baby or if y'all want to have an abortion. Nobody can make y'all do nothing. Like y'all got the power. You decide if you want to give it up or not, but don't give it up to an asshole. And you already see, like, remember that man had like 20, 30 fucking kids. But
10 different women.
But it's men out there that are raised right. That come from a family with fathers in the house. So my dad had a mother and a father, and they all I think they all had the same mother and father, but my father wasn't like how his father was. Ran away from responsibilities. And even though he knew right, he went out and did what he wanted to do. So I'm saying, like, you already know what to do and what not to do. Like, I don't think you need an instruction or you know, you need another person, you know, to learn from another person. I think some of that stuff should be internal. Like, that's what I think, because if I was in that situation, that's what I would do. Like, if I ever had to take in one of my nieces, I already know what I'm have to do. What I have to do.
But see, I just want you to understand, because I think that with Jay-Z's point that he was making was not that he needed his father there to. He didn't need. I forget what I'm going to say. But Jay-Z's point was Jay-Z now has a child. He didn't have a father there to show him how to be a father to his daughter that he now has. There's a lot of people there that's like, well, damn, like, how does a father, first of all, because a lot of fathers, and when it comes to a daughter, they're like, well, how does a father act with a daughter? Or how do they, he didn't have a father there to show him how to act with a child at all. So a lot of the things that he learned from his mom. But then, like I said, there's some things that a boy needs from his father.
That's right.
And I applaud those single mothers out there, and I applaud those single fathers out there. But a child needs to have a father and a mother in their life. And like you said just now about taking in your nieces, I'm sure you would be great in raising your nieces, but I guarantee you the way you raise your nieces are going to be off the instructions that you learned from your mother. So when you say that you don't think that people need instructions how to raise a child, I disagree, because I think that the instructions that many of us, how we teach our kids today, is something that we are passed on from each generation.
But listen.
Because I know my mom whooped my ass the way my grandmother whooped her ass.
But it's different. It's still different, because even though you can still come from that home where you know how to, I mean,
yeah, I know what you're saying, because you made a good point with your dad. Because you said your dad came from a 2-parent household, but he still ran away from responsibilities. I get that. But that does not mean just because your dad ran away from his responsibilities that somehow you don't need basic instructions, because it comes off of instincts. Because yes, it does. It can come from instincts, but you also need, because I guarantee you, had your father stayed around, he would have used the same instructions that his father and mother used on him. But he decided not to run away from his problems. You know, I just think that, I just thank God, I really do. I thank God that my parents raised me the way they did, because then I just always look at it because I know I'm not going to have no kids, because I don't want to have no kids. I already know it. I don't want to have no kids. But I hope and pray that when my sister has kids, I hope and pray, because God forbid.
Uh-oh.
But I hope and pray that when my sister has, no, it's not that I just hope and pray that when my sister has kids, that she raises them the way our parents raised us. Because our parents raised us in a way that I feel as though we should have been raised. We were raised not to be disrespectful to anybody, especially to our elders. We were raised not to be disrespectful to our elders. We were raised to go to school and act right. We were raised that once you step out of this front door, you are a representation of everyone in this house, including your parents. So if you act a fool outside and I find out, that is your ass. That's how my parents, that's how they raised us. And that's how it should be. Your kids should never walk out the front door and not have that mindset that I am a representation of my parents. That's how my mom raised us, because my mom used to always tell me, if you never know who on the street knows me, meaning her. So if it gets back to me that you acting a plumb fool out in that street showing your ass, I am going to whoop your ass since you want to show your ass. That's how, and I think that, and I'm sure your mom raised you the same way, because I didn't heard stories about how your mom raised you.
Yeah, my mom was crazy.
And I know that if your nieces acted that way, you would have that same mindset. If somebody comes knocking on this door and say, Mr. Kevin, Tibby or Madison was showing their ass, and I don't mean literally showing their ass, but showing their ass outside, I know you gonna, once they get in the house, you was out there cutting the fuck up.
Yeah. But you know what? I find, like, right now, I don't even hit them no more. Like, I don't even.
No, because they got mothers.
Yeah, they got mothers, and their mothers don't do what the fuck they supposed to do.
Right.
So and so it's like,
I don't live here, so I'm not saying nothing.
No, I'm just saying. So it's like, fuck it. I'm not gonna tell you how to raise your child.
Right.
Like, fuck it.
Right. I'm gonna tell you how to raise.
But if your child steal from me, yeah, I'm gonna fuck them up.
What?
I'm gonna steal $20 off my fucking drawer.
Oh, yeah, she
They're
tried.
gonna say it found in the bathroom. Bitch, is you crazy? Better give me my fucking money. Okay, I'm not playing. Give me my $20.
Because I'll beat you like you grown. Okay.
Yes. Speaking of fatherhood, Kirk motherfucking Frost, bitch.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Kirk Franklin.
No.
Kirk.
Oh, Miss Kirk Franklin. I can't get over how the way they dress him on that show. They make him like a.
But that's how he wants. He wants it. Because I'm sure if he didn't agree with it, he wouldn't do it.
Like now he is.
You know what I mean?
Way.
First of all, Kirk Franklin has enough clout to say, no, this is not what I'm going to wear.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's what he
But
likes.
they just look. You remember that Martin episode where they made him wear the glasses and he just, he didn't look like himself. That's just what I see when I see him on that show. He just remind me of this big queen that they let host the show. I don't like
so
it, but
Kirk
anyway.
Franklin.
So Kirk Frost.
Kirk Frost.
Yes.
Sorry.
Going on TV acting a fool. Like.
Oh, he showed his ass last week.
Now he represented the people that Iyanla was talking about. I'm tired of raising my kids. Who fucking says that I'm tired of raising my kids? I've never heard my mom say I'm tired of raising.
He said that?
I'm tired of raising kids. I'm going to take a break and I'm going to do me. Do you know how many mothers wish they could take a break and do them? And when they say do them, they don't mean fucking go out and go fuck other bitches. You want to be laid up in some hot tub with all of these girls fucking them, and you know you got a wife, and you doing this in front of a camera for millions of people that watch Love and Hip Hop. You actually cheated on your wife thinking that it's cool. Like, that's not cool at all. And I don't know how many cool points you think you're going to get for that, because that's a bitch move.
And Bambi.
I forgot that was Bambi, and she kissing all over Benzine.
And then she got that hat with that fur and that jacuzzi.
You know what?
What is going on? That's what I'm talking about. I don't even know what's going on. She's one of those people that didn't have instructions of being raised.
The instructions.
Okay? She put on a fur hat and a jacuzzi. No, she had to put on a regular fitted hat, but under the fitted was fur.
First of all,
where did you find that?
where do they find these girls? Because if I ever see Madison and Timmy and some shit like that, say these women need to know how to respect themselves.
They don't.
You could be on TV without being in a fucking bikini, selling sex to another man. You could do way better than that. But no, I mean, like you on Love and Hip Hop in somebody's tub getting fucked. There ain't no image to have. I'm sorry. So I'm just mad at Kirk. Nicki Minaj got him together. He gonna tell TMZ Nicki Minaj is right. You damn right she's right, and you're not gonna come for her because you already know.
Oh, well, how'd she get them together?
Oh, she went on Twitter because that's one of her shows, and she cursed Kirk out.
Cursed him out.
And I would have cursed his ass out too. Like you can't do that, and you're not being a good representative. Because in the beginning, Kirk, you was a real good dude and everything. I was here for you. You was crying because Rashida was going to sign with Deb and shit. Deb. Now you really, Deb is my bitch. Deb need to hire her.
Like it is.
We need to hire Deb.
No, because she'll tell me like it is one day, and I have to cuss her ass out. Now, hold it, Deb. Slow your roll. Slow your fucking roll. No, you slow your fucking roll.
So look at you.
Look at you. You think bitch. Watch how you talk. No, you watch how you talk to me. Oh, you want to get nasty, Deb?
Yeah.
I sign your check, so I'm the one that gets you the money to sign my check. What? Get the fuck out.
Oh, I love Deb.
Deb is something else. Deb got Rashid together in that video shoot. Then she got those two guys together. Y'all sitting there dancing. Y'all act like y'all not even in the video. Y'all not even a part of it. Y'all keep close. Come on. Ooh, Deb.
And the video came out terrible.
Then Rashid had the nerve to be nominated to BET Awards.
And they cheered her name when they said her name.
They cheered her name.
I couldn't believe it.
And I didn't even know Kirk gave her. I didn't even know. Oh, so Kirk did pay for that video.
I don't know. Fuck Kirk. Kirk ain't making the money. Rashida's making the money. But Rashida, do what you do, but baby.
Do what you do and do it well.
Yeah, I couldn't be with no man. I'm pregnant and you out there fucking other bitches.
Okay.
That ain't going down.
That's disrespectful if you ask me.
Bitch, I watched The Color Purple last night and fell out laughing. When the father told her, he like, Miss Celia, you have my
sympathy. It's not a whole lot of women that let their husbands' hoes lay up in their house. That's right. Yeah, that's what he told her. I was there when he told her.
I fell out last night.
You know why I was there when he told her that? Because I've been through that situation before with some of my friends.
Oh, God.
It's not a lot of women that let their husbands' hoes lay up in their house. And ain't that the truth?
It is the truth.
Ain't that the truth? That's how I feel about polygamy. I do. That's how I feel about polygamy. You married to this one man, he got all these women. Or something not right with that picture.
No, not at all.
No, not at all.
They're like, oh, we get them one day, and I
You get them one
this
day. And then y'all all one big happy family? Well, I don't think so.
How do you be okay with that?
No, I'm not okay with that. I'm not sharing
not okay,
nothing.
no.
Sharing?
Okay. You want it all.
I want it all. I want the keys, the car, the dog, the house. I want it all.
That's right.
Who sings that song? I want it all. I don't know, but whoever sings it, they sung it well.
I don't know. But,
Sharon.
Yeah, we about to get up out of here, but let me tell you something.
Yeah, we are, because my ass is hurting.
Sierra new album just came out. Well, yeah, by the time y'all watching this out. And I listened to the streaming album, and I still bored it, but it's not like, you know how the girls hype it up? It's mainly the Sierra stands hyping it up. And they say, oh, it's like Evolution, it's just as good as, and it's not as good as Evolution. Evolution is Sierra, like, oh my God, that's her best album. It's her best album. Sierra just made a damn album for the summertime. This album, and that song with Future, that song is terrible. I don't, you know.
But he's not even somebody that I would even...
Why is he trying to sing? But I do like his song with Rihanna.
Somebody told me that's the new Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Lies. Chris Brown and Rihanna is the new Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Lies. They're not even together.
You don't even know Beyonce ain't fucking Jay-Z.
They're not even together.
Yes, they are.
Chris Brown and Rihanna?
Yeah, this is charade. They playing Catfish.
After back and forth, him and Karuchi are together?
They play tag, bitch.
Let me tell you something. Jay-Z is beating...
Now that's a polygamous relationship.
If Jay-Z is beating Beyonce, he's beating the well, because that bitch gets on stage every night singing about him. Okay?
Tina do that night after night.
Okay?
And shout out to Matthew.
And Matthew knows that to know to get married.
Oh, God. Man, he got married to his
and didn't even get married to his baby mom.
Yeah.
No.
For what?
Ain't that some shit?
I wouldn't marry him.
After he got her job at Columbia.
No, after she out there still trying to get money out of Matthew knows. Matthew knows they making all the money. Beyonce's making the money.
But Beyonce's not her baby's father. Matthew is. So why is she going? She shouldn't go after Beyonce.
No, I ain't saying she got to go after Beyonce, but Matthew made all that money because Beyonce.
Yeah, but Matthew has money.
Oh yeah, from Beyonce. I mean, he had his own ventures too.
So she needs to get money from Matthew.
How much money you need? How much money you need to raise a child?
Well, look at all that money that Halle Berry got to pay her baby dad. Halle Berry has to pay her baby father all that money because she's making the most money.
But I'm talking about, but in realistic terms, you don't need that much money to raise no fucking kid.
No, you don't.
That's like, remember how Khalees got $55,000 a month for a fucking child? Well, what is he going to do with $55,000? I'll show you what to do with $55,000, but not for no baby. I'll tell you what I'll do with it for me. But a baby can't spend a motherfucking thing. A baby is happy with any toy you put in their face.
Okay.
The fuck you need? $55,000. I hope it's going to college education.
I will put this bottle in the baby's face and tell him to go play.
55. But shout out to Khalees, because baby, you had a good lawyer.
Okay. $55,000 a month. Do you know where I would? Mexico. Mexico for my birthday.
Mexico. No, I wouldn't have home in Mexico.
Mexico. I'd be in somebody's south of France. They'd say, oui, see.
That's why you think Khalees ain't put no new album out lately.
Oh, why would she? For $55,000 a month, a new album. $55,000. Some people don't even see $55,000 in a year.
Oh God.
And $55,000 a month.
Okay.
$55,000 a month. Can you imagine what? Can you imagine how many caps I could buy with $55,000 a month?
Probably a good 5,500. Yes, you could. 5,500.
You know what? I'm done with you. Because you know what?
You could.
$55,000 a month, Kevin. If you wrote me a check, if I came to the Scorpion Show one day and you had a check for $55,000 a month for that month for me, do you know where I would be at? And you know you wouldn't see me for the next month.
Where?
I wouldn't be here, that's for sure. For a whole month, I wouldn't be here.
I hope you won't spend all that $55,000.
No, I won't. I'll be in somewhere. You see that plane? That plane right there flying?
Yeah.
That's where I'd be, on the plane. They say, where you going? I don't know, but I'm going.
Somewhere.
Somewhere. They'd ask me, do you know the way to San Jose? Sure do. Sure do. With $55,000 a month, I just better. MapQuest.
Okay.
Remember MapQuest?
Yes. But now I can just talk to my phone.
Okay.
How do I get to New York? Charles, you tell me.
Remember on MapQuest?
New York?
Getting directions to New York City.
No, ask her what can I do with $55,000 a month.
Don't go to or the fossil law.
Shirley, what can I do with $55,000? No, to answer that question. Let me ask her what can I do with $55,000?
So we want to go. I hope we get 55,000 likes.
$55,000 a month. Do I know the way to San Jose?
You better go.
Yeah, I know it. I know it very well. With $55,000 a month, I just better know it. I walked it a few damn times.
All right, y'all. We want to go. Ooh,
$55,000 a month.
We want to go. Y'all have a good day. Talk to y'all later.
$55,000.